In this video, I'm going to show you a home that's under $800,000 in the Leander, Texas area, a suburb just outside of Austin, Texas. Now, this is the 216 plan offered by Highland Homes. This home is over 3,000 square feet. It has 4 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, has a 3-car garage, and this is a sprawling 1-story plan that is so wide open, especially in the main living area. And that's where we're going to walk right out to, because you just have to see how well a plan that's just right around 3,000 square feet can look in this open kitchen, dining, and living room. In addition to all this open space, this home has a media room and a study, and it's in a fantastic location along this northwest corridor of the Austin Metro. Again, we're in Leander, Texas, but we're minutes from all the growth that's happening here in Leander. So we're gonna cover all the various rooms in this home and also talk about the area that this home is built in. And if this is something you're interested in, this home is for sale at $795,000. Now we're gonna start right here in the kitchen, and I love the cabinet color that they chose here. I think that light brown color is really coming back. I think it's very light and bright and complements these dark light fixtures, the pendant lights over the kitchen island. It complements the countertops that have some veins running through it that I think look fantastic. And I love the double kitchen island. So this is one of the kitchen islands, got an apron, sink. I like how it looks out to that wide open living room. We have a dining room right off of our left shoulder that we'll get to a little bit later. But I have to show you the upgrades that are here in the kitchen, because most builders don't do this. They usually go down on the upgrades for their inventory homes that they build out. Highland did the opposite. They upgraded the stovetop to a monogram stovetop. You have this clean backsplash and this elegant designer vent hood that goes all the way up to the ceiling. Looks fantastic. Now on this side, we do have a double oven with the microwave above this double oven. And I should have mentioned this before. If you like some of the upgrades in here, great. If you don't, you can build this plan from scratch in so many different communities across Texas. And while we take a quick look at the pantry and then we're gonna head to the dining room next, I should mention that if you do decide to build from scratch, some of the things that I would recommend looking into is how you're planning on living in the home. For example, if you put that microwave above a double oven, it is rather high. Like, I'm 5'8", and that's actually above me. So if you're 5 feet tall and you're warming up soup, that can get a little bit sketchy, and I'd probably call that out if we were at the design studio of something to look into, and I've done that with past buyers before. Now, while we're in the dining room, which is fitting a very large table here, this is an 8-seater table. I think it keeps the space still very open, and I like how it's still combined with the living room and the kitchen. I should have introduced myself before. My name is Raj Sahu. I'm a realtor in Austin, Texas, and I've represented buyers with 19 different builders. So I know the good, I know the bad, and I like showcasing options like this on a weekly basis to just show people what's out here in the Austin Metro. Now, this home caught my eye for 2 different reasons. First, I love this main living area. We saw the double kitchen island, we saw that big dining room table, and take a look at this living room. We have so much room for furniture in this living room. There are so many windows off my left shoulder that just open up the space so much. And then we have very high ceilings. Because I'm talking about this plan, and these plans do change over time, I can't give dimensions of some of these things, but if you reach out to me privately, I'm happy to disclose those things. But in a public video, if they change these plans in the future, I don't want to take these videos down or have to comb through them and figure out what's wrong about them when they make changes. But rest assured, when you work with Highland on a lot of their 1-story plans, they're so good at providing tall ceilings and lots of natural light. Now, while we're outside here, we don't have a very large yard, and that's because we are backing up to a roadway, so you don't back up to a lot of neighbors. The disadvantage is you obviously have that road, but I do like what Highland and the developer did here, where that back fence gives you a little bit more privacy. Highland decided to put plantation shutters all across this back wall, which I think look fantastic, and also allow for a great deal of privacy. Now, if you don't like the idea of backing up to a road and you preferred backing up to greenery, I actually have a video of this same plan that backs up to a beautiful green belt and has a view off the back windows. So stick around towards the end of the video. I'll show you how to access that home that's for sale as well. Sticking to this plan, I love the 216 plan primary bedroom when they do this primary suite extension. Now, usually when you build this home from scratch, they just have that wall going straight across. You don't have this extension where the two chairs are. Also, if you do this extension, it gives you more windows. So when you do build this plan from scratch, I highly recommend, as long as the price still makes sense in that neighborhood that you're buying, do the extension. Putting some money in a space that you're going to be enjoying every single day makes a lot of sense. Also, these upgrades in the primary bedroom and bathroom usually come back to you at resale. Now, while we go through this primary bathroom where you saw a freestanding tub, lots of mirrors around, and we have a walk-in shower that still feels open to the rest of the bathroom, I do want to explain what I mean by upgrades. So for this home that we're touring, it is for sale, like I mentioned before, $795,000. So that includes all the upgrades that are shown in this home. If you build this plan from scratch, and this is what most builders do, they'll provide you a base price of the floor plan. And then from that base price, you can add upgrades. Now, when you're about to contract on a new build and you pick a lot that you really like, and then you pick a plan that you really like, you have to select your structural upgrades usually right at the time of contract. So structural upgrades would be anything that changes the structure of the home, hence the name. So like that primary suite extension that's adding square footage, it's obviously a big structural change that would need to be decided upon at contract, because once you contract on the home, they send everything in for permitting. Now, after you contract, you go to their design studio, and that's when you pick a lot of your design upgrades. That's your flooring, cabinets, countertops, tile, so many different things that go into a home. And my point in sharing this with you is when you're spending $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 on various upgrades, you can put your money in good places that will come back to you at resale, or you can put your money in bad places. And it's quite the game that you have to play with each of these builders. And this is why I think it's important to do due diligence up front and understand what your good options are and what are some of your options that are probably not going to come back to you at resale. Now, moving on, we are in the utility room. So you have a washer and dryer right here on the left side. And I pointed to a door that was coming from the primary closet because we'll go back to that door. You don't have to take your laundry throughout your house. You can just exit through that door from the primary closet to get to that utility room that we were just looking at. Moving on, we are in the garage. We have a 3-car tandem garage. It is a drop garage. That just means that they drop down the garage, so you need a few steps to get back into the home. And they usually do that to avoid having a large slope in the driveway. We do have a door to get to the exterior. It's usually to just have some trash cans behind a fence, and then you can easily move your trash out. Here we have the water heaters on the right side, a water softener loop, or at least a pre-plumbing for the water softener loop, I should say. Then you do have some tandem space here. It's tough though, by having the entrance in the tandem garage space, it's tough to put storage here, right? Because then you got to walk around whatever you're storing. So I did like that they had a little bit more space in that garage other than the tandem space, but I do like when that garage entrance into the home is not in the tandem space, so you can store more things in your garage, because we all have things, right? I opened a door to the primary closet just to show you that was that same door that you can exit to get to your utility room much faster. Next to that primary closet was just another closet space. Now this is going to be one of the bedrooms downstairs, and we do have a full bathroom right off of this bedroom. Now, 2 things I want to mention while we go through this bedroom, and then we're going to head over to another bedroom, and there's still a media room, a study. There's still so much to see in this home, so stick with me on this. What I wanted to mention is, first off, I love how this plan on this 1-story feels very private in these different areas. Like this side of the home just really has this 1 bedroom with a full bathroom and then a few other different spaces around here. The primary bedroom and bathroom was in the back right of the home. And you're going to see the other bedrooms are all really private from each other. And so I like the idea of having a big wide open space that people can congregate in, that main living room that we saw, but then everybody can kind of go to their own bedrooms and still get privacy in this home. And I don't think too many plans feel this way. Usually the bedrooms are all batched in together in one location, and there just isn't any privacy on a 1-story plan. And I think that's why a lot of people end up going to a 2-story plan that has a baked in privacy element to it, with having 2 different floors that separate 2 different areas. And here's another example of that. Here's another bedroom with another in-suite full bathroom. Now, the second thing I wanted to mention was the area that we're in of Leander, Texas, and the specific community that this home is for sale in, which is called Bryson. Now, what I like about Bryson is its proximity to the Highway 183. From this home to get to the highway, it's literally a few minutes away. And what I like about proximity to 183 is 183 connects you to almost everything in the Austin metro area. If you take 183 south from here, it will take you to the Domain area, which has emerged as our second downtown of Austin. You can take it all the way over to the airport, which is in the southeastern part of Austin. And then you have so many developments happening along 183 that are very close in proximity to this neighborhood. So in Cedar Park, you have the Bell District, which is a massive mixed-use development project. You have similar projects happening right here in Leander, a few minutes away from this home, like Leander Northline and Leander Springs. And if you look up some of these projects, they're massive projects, some of them billion-dollar projects where the city is building out these different areas to feel urban, meaning it gives you that restaurant, shop, park, something close by that you can just walk around and get that urbanish feel. And so much of that is happening right along this northwest corridor. So that's why I love touring homes like this. Great location and great floor plan. Like right here in the media room, you don't see too many one-story plans have this separate media room. I like how they have electrical already there on the wall for a TV. And I think for a lot of people, especially if you're planning on having kids or you have kids, having a separate area that they can play in that's kind of away from the rest of the home is really nice to have. And often a lot of one-story plans are missing that media room. And I think that increases your livability factor tenfold when you have that separate area that you can close in. I mentioned kids. If you don't have kids, you could just have that as a theater room experience or have your own hangout area there. There's so many great ways to enjoy that media room space. Now, moving on, we are in another bedroom that has an in-suite full bathroom. And so we saw a lot of in-suite full bathrooms, pretty much every bedroom except that one that had the full bathroom accessible from the hallway. So that kind of acted as a powder bath as well. So if guests are over, they can go down that hallway and use that bathroom. But most of the bedrooms have that privacy already here where you can kind of come back to your own space, have your own bathroom. And I love that about this plan. Now we still have to see the study, which is on the opposite side of this bedroom. And while we head over there, I wanted to tell you two things. First off, Leander is dwindling down in terms of inventory. There's just not as much land as there was years ago, and there's so much popularity around this suburb that once upon a time when there were numerous communities, this one, Bryson, Deerbrook, Marbella, Palmer Ridge, there was so much inventory everywhere. A lot of these communities are closing out. But that doesn't mean you should buy. I think people are taking that piece of information and saying, I need to buy right now, and overpaying for some homes. So if you want advice on where people are overpaying or where there are good opportunities, reach out to me. My number's at the bottom of the description of this video. And then if you want to see more homes for sale or homes that are coming to the market and you want early access, click on the website at the top of the description of this video. Now, if you did want to see this plan backing up to a greenbelt for sale, click on the thumbnail on the left side of your screen. And if you want to see a model home with Highland, click on the right side of your screen. As always, I hope this helps. Take care.